Had the computer on and was sitting on a chair with my head up against the wall, sort of like how I lean up against the wall, so I could watch some of that, some of a TV show, and then did that for a little bit, and then I also was moving around a decent amount. Went for a walk this morning, and went pretty far. I went farther than I've gone so far, and I got back, and my neck, not around the top, around like the middle, around like C3 or whatever, C4 vertebrae maybe. It was like I couldn't like. I guess it wasn't at the top, at the base of my skull. It was like a couple inches down. It's like hard to like, hold my head up. That part's been weak. Um, like the muscles there have been weak, and man. So now I was feeling really tired, and I went up to go check Facebook on my computer with the soft collar on. And the soft collar was kind of loose. I leaned forward a bit, and I guess because the soft collar was loose, I was able to lean forward a little too much. I had a really high pitched sound in my left ear for about 10 seconds, and then for a couple hours after that, I've had like kind of hissing in both ears. So I guess it did something bad. Um, I was really trying to be careful, but I screwed up. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's just the muscles too tired, make that hissing. I don't know if it's the bones pushing against the nerve, making that hissing. I don't know what bones it is. Like if I lean forward, I don't know if it's like my C1 or C2 or my C3. It seemed to be like, I don't know. It seemed to feel like kind of because I leaned up against the pole outside, and when I pushed myself against it, um, and my neck kind of flattened out a little bit, like I was put my hand around C3, and it felt like when that moved, then I got a little more hissing. So it seemed like it was because of that. But I don't know. I imagine it'll be gone when I wake up tomorrow. It got significantly reduced when I went outside and stood for a little while in the sun, relaxed, and was upright. And I was leaning against the pole. I just want to make a video to say, like, what happens if you ever do it. And maybe that's a symptom. If you're experiencing that, maybe you're overdoing it. But god damn, like, it's hard. There's such a fine line sometimes between not doing anything and overdoing it. But I definitely feel stronger. It definitely takes more for my neck to get tired than it used to. It definitely, I could do more around the kitchen. I can take a shower and do more, like dry off, get changed, like get dressed and do more without having to take breaks and lean up against the wall.
This is a reminder. No more soap.
Alexa, stop. I don't even know what that's about, that reminder. It's like a daily reminder that says no more soap. I don't know what that means because I have soap. I have no idea. Anyhow, I'll have to delete that. But yeah, so still have constant hum in my left ear. Like I don't wake up with it. Once I start moving around, if I'm using my neck at all, and my neck starts to get a little bit tired, then I guess a disc, or not a disc, but a vertebrae moves out of place, and then it does that again. And I'm still trying to avoid using the computer at all if I don't have to, because it's just not good. It's the worst. It's like the kind of thing where it takes strength to use the computer for my neck to hold myself upright. more so than just like standing there or standing against the wall or whatever, going for a walk. So it's like I'm straining my neck, but the rest of my body's not getting anything out of it. Whereas like if I go for a walk, that could strain my neck a little bit, but at least I'm getting exercise. Or if I go swimming, I could strain my neck a little bit, but at least my body's getting exercise. Or I could lift weights and and so on. But like just using a computer doesn't it requires my neck muscles, but not the rest of me. So it's kind of like a waste of the limited time that I have, like because I only have like a couple hours when I could do anything like throughout the day before I'm just like, and I try to pace myself sort of like a marathon, like, because if I just start doing everything at like, in like an hour to a couple hours in the morning, like just do everything, especially without a collar, um, I'll just be so exhausted and then I'll just be dead the rest of the day. And then when I need to go up and go to the bathroom or get up and go get food, or it's a big pain in the ass. So I try to like pace myself throughout the day so that by the end of the day I'm tired, not like the middle of the day I'm too tired. Um, and the shrugs I've been doing, they don't seem to bother my neck at all. They're really, I think they take pressure off my neck because my traps have been so tight, and if you exercise them, they loosen up, so they don't pull on you so much, pull on your neck so much. And shrugs don't really use my neck at all. I don't know. They don't really like. I'll do a bunch and I don't feel any different. Same with curls. Like I'll do arm curls, like leaning up against a wall, and no, that's fine. Doesn't use my neck at all. And it's lightweight, so like 10 or 15 pounds. My left arm I can only do about 10. My right arm about 15. Um, and like wrist stuff and all the other stuff I've talked about. I'd still like to do push-ups. Obviously, that would be a very difficult exercise because my head would be horizontally, like horizontal position, like being completely supported by my neck. I do still doing like where I get down on my hands and my knees, and I keep my head straight and I hold that, and I'll hold that for like once every other day. I'll do that, and I got about 9 seconds on that before I start to feel any kind of discomfort, which is a lot better than like 5 seconds it used to be. But yeah, so my neck is so tired. And I also only got like 5.5 hours sleep last night because I had a terrible stomach ache last night. Um, I think I accidentally had a bit of dairy. I thought the thing I was eating was dairy free, and it was not. It wasn't much. It was like a couple spoonfuls of like dairy free ice cream, but I looked at the ingredients. And was like, oh yeah, this is not dairy free. And then I was like, well, that probably won't bother me too much. And then in the middle of the night, my stomach hurt so bad. I was like, Jesus Christ. It was like contractions. I was like, am I giving birth? Like, is these the kind of fucking contractions I have? Like, goddamn. And the regular tinnitus I have, like the humming from, it seemed like that had been gotten a lot worse from my hard collar. Um, I don't know if my hard collar keeps my head in quite the correct posture. Um, it should, ideally, but I don't think it does. Anyway, I think is um, when I would wear the hard collar, my tinnitus would get worse, like the humming and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna just do less and use my soft collar or no collar on my chin. Oh, so loud. The tinnitus gets so loud when I yawn. But the hinges in my jaw, uh, on the left side still sounds like it's like a foot, like sticking your foot in mud and then pulling it out again. It's not pleasant. but it's not as bad as it was. And yesterday it was on the right side, and I was just like, it's just. I was thinking, I was like, why does that happen? Because I think it started when I had the hard collar on, or the soft collar rather, and I was holding my chin to support my head, and I was like eating food, so I was standing up, like leaning against the wall or something. Then I'd like bend over to get a bite of food, and I'd hold my chin, support my head, so there's no strain on my neck. But when you try to open your mouth, like your hinge is back here and your mouth's open here. If you close this and you hold it shut, that if you're applying an upward force that way, that means the downward force you apply is got to go somewhere, and it's going back into the hinge here and pushing that down. So this, if you hold your hand here and your mouth shut, and then you try to move your jaw down, and you're pushing up, because like the weight of your head, you're supporting the weight of your head, then that becomes the hinge, and then it pulls the just the basic physics of it. Like it would apply pressure downward. That same pressure that you're trying to open your mouth with would pull that down. So that would mean, like, for months I'd been like yanking on it, yanking on it, yanking on it, like that hinge in my jaw, and damaging it. And I already seem to have like weak. Oh, Jesus. Uh, my shoulder, my bicep tendon. God damn. It's like the bicep tendon is so bad in my left shoulder. I tore that. Like I felt that last year. Like actually tear, and like I felt it, like I felt something like move up in my arm. It was horrible. Uh, and then my right one is a little tender, but I think the right I can fix with physical therapy. The left, I'm like hoping I don't need like PRP or stem cells, because that's even more money. Um, so we'll see if once it's just like because of my neck. If like I could go swimming, and do like gentle exercise, my shoulder over, but it's like I can't only swim so much with my neck the way it is. So I am trying to exercise my shoulders, like with the bands. I'll do like front extensions, side extensions. I do the ones where you moving your arm like this way, and then like the back the other way, and doing wrists and biceps and everything up in here. Vertical press and shrugs. So it's like and rows. So it's like every direction I can work out my shoulder, and I'm working it out. Same for the bicep, and it's improved definitely, but it's weak. So that's what's going on with me.